This is James's meal today. I think it's September 17th today, 2018. A soup. It's organic quinoa, thyme, garlic, onion, tomato, celery. Maybe that's it. Anyway, I often forget what I put in the soup. And a salad with pickled carrots, cilantro, some locally grown radishes, very locally grown chives from my garden, and sauerkraut on the side. Oh, the dressing is just sesame oil and the lime there to squeeze on, and some pot stickers that I made with cabbage pulp and kale pulp, and some charcuterie sauce or whatever that's called, and garlic toast. Green tea and water are the beverages for today. Whoa. Anyway, that should work out. And I picked these apples today. Very heavy. But while I was throwing them at the basket, because I was climbing the tree to do these, so a lot of them got quite damaged. But that's okay. I'll just, I'm going to put these away. Over here somewhere. They're out of the way. Anyway, I am wearing a bikini of the day, even though it's not that warm. It's very nice. I like this one. I brought my jacket just in case I get cold. I really like this jacket. It had been in storage. It's always nice to see them, like old friends. Go ahead and sit down. It's all for you.
Okay.
You can squeeze the lime on the salad if you like, or whatever. You know what? You do what you want to do. Oh, now I had talked about this Superiority Burger cookbook before, and I just wanted to mention a few things that I had failed to mention before. I just have them bookmarked. Okay. Chocolate chip free crumble, page 186. So when you are going to, this is a restaurant, Superiority Burger, very fancy kind of, well, burger joint in New York, right? And when you're going to a restaurant and you're getting things like chocolate sprinkle chunks on your ice cream, you're kind of assuming that it's chocolate in there. But if you read the ingredients on 186, all-purpose flour, baking powder, baking soda, kosher salt, cane sugar, firmly packed dark brown sugar, grapeseed oil, and water.
What you're getting is
no chocolate.
Sugar, brown sugar, basically.
And some oil.
You think it's the grapeseed oil that's making it extra dark?
No, that doesn't do anything.
So it's just the brown sugar, basically, right?
Yeah. And, well, they're baking it. So anyway, you roll it out. You mix all this together, you roll it out, and then break it into chunks after you're done baking, right? So anyway, I wanted to point that out.
It's hilarious.
Yeah,
cheap.
It is funny.
Cheap as dirt.
And
really.
chickpea mayo on page 210. The liquid from chickpea can, which is aquafaba, which it works really well as a substitute for eggs, especially the chickpea stuff. 20 individual chickpeas, some Dijon mustard, some cider vinegar, cane sugar, kosher salt, and 2.5 cups of grapeseed oil. That's what they make their mayo out of. So, I mean, when you're getting, if you're eating vegan, like I used to love to eat like this when I was in my 20s, and I didn't think anything of it. And if there had been, if I had lived in New York near this restaurant, oh boy, I would have been there all the time. And I wouldn't have even thought, like, people used to ask me when I was younger if I was vegetarian for health reasons or for other reasons or whatever. And I was like, I don't know, my parents raised me this way. And I tried conventional eating for a while and went back to vegetarianism. It just wasn't for me, you know. It was too disgusting for me, honestly. I couldn't handle it. Anyway, so, but if you're eating vegan instant food or takeout food, if you're eating restaurant food at all, you shouldn't expect you're getting some quality ingredients in there. That's all I'm saying. So whether it's vegan or you're eating meat or whatever, really there's
A lot of sugar.
nothing healthy about this. A lot of sugar and a lot of unhealthy fats. Like there's nothing particularly healthy about grapeseed oil.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
I know.
It sounds healthy.
I know.
Yeah.
And so people tend to use things like that. And so they'll mention ingredients like cane sugar, kosher salt in their recipes.
Cane
It makes
sugar,
it
that's
sound
ridiculous,
fancy.
but it's just sugar.
So, I don't know. Just, I mean, I did copy down several of the recipes, and I will be trying to make them healthier. But I just wanted to point that out. And I have, now this cookbook I've mentioned before also, and I'm going to return it, so I'd recommend everybody take this out at the library. Just put it on hold right now. The Cultured Club by Darabla Reynolds. And one thing that I'd forgotten to mention about this before was basic kombucha on page 302. And versus June on page 312. And I had never realized that there was a difference. Honestly, I just thought that if you made kombucha with honey, it was just kombucha made with honey, but it's called June. So there you go. I learned something. Because it works really well if you make it with honey. It's way more expensive. And I don't know, I mean, you're feeding your yeast expensive food versus cheap food. Does it come out as a healthier product in the end? I honestly don't know. But I can honestly say it tastes better if you make it with honey. We tried it a few times that way, and I love it, but we can't afford to be making kombucha with honey all the time. So, if we had loads of money, maybe we would. I don't know. Maybe we would just go off sugar completely for our fermentation process and just use honey. I don't know. I can't answer that because we've never had that much money, and I don't think we ever will. But you don't know, right? You just keep on going and keep plugging away at life and see where it takes you. Frankie Drake Mysteries Season 1 by the producers of Murdoch Mysteries. And it's set in Flapper era. And instead of the boys that were in Murdoch, they're a bunch of girls. So
they're almost as cute as Murdoch too.
Mm-hmm.
They're a cute fella.
Well, this sidekick of hers is lovely. She is
Yeah.
absolutely stunning, and she has a beautiful voice. She's maybe Frankie herself. I love redheads. James doesn't.
Depends.
But she's okay. But her sidekick's much better. Anyway, we thoroughly enjoyed this. We enjoyed watching Murdoch,
True.
and I don't know yet if we enjoyed watching this more than Murdoch or the same.
Remains to be seen.
It's good. It's good
Similar
watching.
idea. It's funny. Cute and fairly well acted.
Yeah.
Production values, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Pretty good.
Okay, now I watched these two. I have to return them right away because people have holds on them. So I can't watch them. I wanted to watch them with James, but he's been unavailable. So
Yeah, a lot of
we watched Frankie
Stool.
Drake instead. I don't know. I guess
Oh.
that's the mood we were in. Well, I was falling asleep all the time.
On
I
the
was
weekend.
sleeping like 15 hours a day.
Yeah.
Well, in between 10 and 15.
Well, you had some good movies. You missed some of the Drake stuff, but
Yeah.
you had some stuff that was good snooze for Snooze Fest, didn't you?
Yeah, that Gotham stuff. I slept right through that.
Well, there
I
you go.
saw a little bit. What else did I sleep right through? I don't know.
Anyway.
Quite a bit. So I don't know why, but I was sleeping a lot and missed out on some TV. But I watched Genetically Modified Children today and Generation Zapped. And I wasn't even going to borrow this one from the library because it's really not my bag. But you know this is, right? And so I was really expecting more from this. It felt really homemade. It felt like the people involved in making it didn't actually do enough research. They were just banging out some doc. And it's like they were interviewing it was like they were showing a few case studies rather than really tearing apart the issue, and getting to the bottom of it. And I don't know. The take home from this is uneducated people are applying dangerous chemicals, and everybody is leaving it up to uneducated people using these chemicals to make sure they're using them safely. And obviously they're not, right? Because they're not educated. They're not going to take proper precautions for themselves, for the environment. One guy was talking about getting all these chemicals, and what was he going to do with it all? He had too much. He's going to build another shed. He keeps getting the stuff shipped to him, so he burnt it all. That's great.
Wow.
Yeah, great idea.
All I can say is I hope he was downwind.
He was like, what can I do? Build another shed or put it in the river? Or, yeah, okay.
Oh.
So anyway, that's the take home. If you're thinking you're watching this and you're like, oh, poor people in, where was it? Argentina, I think. Okay. Uneducated people applying things that they know nothing about and not doing it safely. And, then you can also take home another message. If you are an uneducated farmer here, applying dangerous chemicals here that you know nothing about here, you can look at this video and see how much trouble these people are having getting the chemical companies to compensate them for their children's deformities and stuff like that now. So you can take that home. Anyway, but this one was good. So this one I wouldn't recommend people take out unless they're really interested in the subject. This one, they did a good job. This one was well researched. I wasn't even interested in this. It investigates the potential dangers of prolonged exposure to radio frequencies from wireless technology. And honestly, you hear things and you're like, oh, is cell phone use safe? I don't know. Does it cause brain tumors? And you just go on with your life and you don't pay it any mind. Honestly, that's what the most of us do. And apparently there are a lot of studies. And yeah, it's not safe. Well, they showed a woman who, I didn't realize women did this. They go out to clubs and they're wearing some little number, like maybe if I were wearing a skirt and I'm like, where do I put my cell phone? They tuck it in their bra, on their boob. That's where they're storing the thing. On their boob. Right on there. And so, it never occurred to me that women do that. Because I guess, I don't go out at night because I'm asleep. I'm up at 4:30 in the morning, so there's no way I'm out having a nightlife kind of thing. So, if I want to wear a party dress, it's going to have to be at a different time of day because I'm not going to be going out at night. Anyway.
When we're having a deck dinner.
When we're having a deck dinner.
Or when we go on a fancy hike.
Sure, because I wear a wedding dress on a hike. Mm-hmm. So why not? I can wear whatever party dress I want on a hike. So anyway, I have this hair in my face. It's really bugging me. What was I going to say? Oh, boob tumors in this woman, the shape of her cell phone. seriously. Seriously? So, anyway, and so they talked about that.
Are they malignant?
I don't remember, honestly. Yeah, I shouldn't laugh. It's serious. This is serious. Terrible. And I honestly, I should have paid more attention over the years. They were saying when you answer your phone and you put it near your head, your cell phone, hello, you're getting the biggest dose right then when you answer your phone right at first, because it's banging back and forth from the tower apparently lots and lots while you're answering it. So right in your brain. There you go. And they found that they'll put dye. They've put dye into the blood so that to see if it gets past, like, through the blood-brain barrier. It does when you're using a cell phone. And I mean, I'd already known the thing about don't put the cell phone in your pocket near your hip, because that's where you make the most stem cells, so don't do that. But I mean, they were talking about the issue of sperm and ovaries. Like, you have, when you're a girl, you're born with all your eggs you're gonna have, and there's kids running around with cell phones, girls, cell phone in the pocket, right along the ovary. And yeah, I guess there's a lot of mutations occurring. And I mean, technology just you keep expecting more out of your cell phone in terms of what it can do for you, and that takes more power, and so they're putting up more and more of these radio towers to make up for that. I don't know what. Anyway, they talked about it. I don't know much about this stuff, but they really covered a lot. Everyone needs to watch this. Generation Zapped. Everyone needs to watch that. So good. How's your food?
It's pretty darn good. Much of it's gone.
Good. So you like those pot stickers?
Yeah, pretty good. Of course, it's mainly because, I mean, there's cabbage and
Kale.
Stuff like that, kale in there. So that sauce.
You like char
was
siu?
necessary. Yeah. So you
Whatever
just
it's called.
bought that, or?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So it's not something that you made.
Not healthy.
Well, there you go. Anyway,
It's
the kale will
just
counteract
yummy.
that. Mm-hmm.
But we had it around, and I thought, So you finish off that the rest of the night?
Later on tonight, I'm kind of full now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, that's all I had to say about those things. So definitely, you need to put Generation Zapped and the Cultured Club on hold right now. Just do it.